Yeye alipoingia kwa Ministry of Education, the reforms that we see in the Ministry of Education, higher education saizi, yeye alifikiria akaanzisha, some of you are enjoying it now. When he went to agriculture, he had a vision that nobody had. He did it. Na akapita. I will tell you this, he has never failed in an election. These others have failed in an election. I will tell you, in the time when tulikuwa tunaongea juu ya BBI, the only person who stood against everybody na akasema BBI against every hope itaanguka, people never believed, nobody believed, but he knew he had a vision kwamba itaanguka. Who saw BBI ikipita? And it was a government-led project. It didn't, haikupita. Hata juzi aliposema wako na system na government na niko na Mungu na itapita, nobody believed, even mimi nilikuwa nimesimama pale nikimwombea lakini sikuamini, but he won. This guy is the vision carrier. Akisema tuangalie mambo ya housing, he knows it. Let me tell you wa Kenya, tusichukulie kiolela. This African country called Kenya requires somebody that has a vision. 60 years ago kulikuwa kama Singapore, kulikuwa na documents kama ya Singapore. 60 years under, sisi tuko tunalia, we are still in square one. Mimi nataka kusema hivi, mimi nataka kuambia hivi, we are still in square one. We have not moved because we have not thought kwamba we can do something. Tukisema hatutaki kulipa, inamaanisha we want to go and borrow and take ourselves deep into debts. It is important as a country tuanze kufikiria ni jinsi gani tusikuwe slaves wa nchi zingine. We cannot allow our port of Mombasa to be sold because we want to continue enjoying other people's sweat. We need to start enjoying our own sweat. Look at South Africa. Walipokuwa na mbodha mzungu, South Africa was doing very well. Was doing very well. Look at Uganda. It is doing very well. Look at Rwanda. It is doing very well. I will tell you this. I will tell you this. It is important as a country for us to think kwamba ni wakati ya sisi kujisimamia. Either we decide to pay or we decide to take ourselves into slavery kwa kwenda kwa loans. Mimi nawaambia hata time ikiisha, this vision carrier itapita na mtaona. Asanteni.
Asante sana. Tukisema mchango unasema panda miti, si ndio? Mchango. Najua Wasiri una viti viwili hapa. Masito Governor. Nikiona size inatosha Governor. Nikiona size inatosha Wasiri. Nafanya marketing sasa. Na mpiki makofi. Wana mutaki mambo yende. Si ndio hivyo? Basi our CS, let me welcome Mheshimiwa kutoka Kericho. Mwenye alienda amehost. Yeye peke yake. Na mimi nitungoja mpaka tuingie sisi wote bunge.
Asante sana Vice Chair. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu tusalamiane hewani. Bwana asifiwe. Asante sana. And CS wetu wa environment, climate change and forestry, Madam Soipan, our governor whom we call Chemolel huku Kericho, yeye anakaa mzungu, tunashukuru sana. Our PSS present, our members of parliament, my vice chair and the team, all the government officials present, the administration, watu wote wa Kericho, watu wote wa Nakuru, watu wote wa Kenya wenye wako hapa. Hamchambo. 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 You are the best students here. Asante sana. I will take a very short time. Time is not on our side. I have come to join the CS and the team on this great day where we are actually remembering in this Environment Day in the world. And of course, the theme of the day is speaking against pollution, and that is plastic pollution. And we have actually, all of us have said what? Beat plastic pollution. I want to appreciate the many teams who have come here from the start of the event, the youth who are here, the young children. I want to single out particularly one boy of 10 years who actually spoke to it, of recycling. He actually talked of what? Reduce, recycle, and reuse. That is matters of the plastic and any other solid waste. It is a way of managing. Thank you so much. This is now when we look at it and know that when we use our plastics and reuse and even reduce the use of plastics, our towns will look green, clean. Our cities will actually be clean, and we will go to the international standard. For record, before I conclude, Vice Chair, myself and other members of Environment, Forestry and Mining Committee in National Assembly, we went to Geneva in Switzerland. And I must say this for record, the city is very clean. You cannot see any waste. And I want to ask, and our leaders here, CS and Governor, our members of public are able to actually reduce and recycle. But what they need, particularly at the dustbins in every corner, so that they will be able to put the plastics where they belong. So may I request, from where you sit, kindly provide the dustbins. Number 2, let's also have a place where let's have the trucks to transport the waste. Number 3, can we also label the dustbins for separation purposes? We cannot lump all the solid in one dustbin, and we are giving problems to the people who are going to separate. So if we label all the dustbins, this one is for plastic, this one is for maybe whatever others, then it will be well with us. I know our people listen, and when they listen, they actually act. Why am I saying so, Madam CS? When the president championed the planting of 15 billion trees for the 10 years, our people have started doing that. And therefore, I'm saying this is a listening government, this is a listening nation. And our people are ready to act upon what we are given. So, before I conclude, I would also say this. Among us, we have youth who are not employed. And I have seen they have given themselves employment by doing the recycling and all that. So this one will give us employment. I would also want to put across this point that the government of the day, where I appreciate the people of Nakuru for voting for Kenya Kwanza government. For record, Your Excellency, the day we came to Nakuru, the last day, is the day I knew William Ruto will be the president of this country. Nakuru actually is a determinant factor in the politics of this country. And because we are here today, I want to appreciate all what has been said and done. And I would also say the finance bill that is coming to Parliament this week, I want to ask our people, before you say no or before you ask many questions or whatever, listen, read through the bill, understand. Before you say I am not for it, understand the bill first. Where I'm standing and where these members have stood, at least Mheshimiwa hapa ametuelezea this housing, which actually is in the agenda of the Kenya Kwanza, even Azimio had it in the agenda. It is one of the agendas that is going to reach many of us. So before that, listen, understand, read, understand the bill. I am ready myself. The case of taxes, where we are told it is for for those with the pay slips, then at least mainly those who earn more. I am ready to be taxed more, to be able to help the people who are down there, because our agenda is bottom. We said bottom up. I am ready. At least 8% reduction in VAT for the cars, the cooking cars, is a plus, Madam CS, to the environment. For this, at least many people will not be using the wood fuel. So any other, like the NHIF, where we are saying the common mwananchi can pay 300. It is for the good of those people who are down there. And I know all of us will appreciate. So once more, I'm asking us to read, understand, and next time you will be able to say, I am going with the finance bill. I know our president means well for this country. Ignore the negative energy from the Azimio, because they are our competitors and they have nothing new and nothing good to bring on board. Ignore and move forward with the government. Once more, I appreciate the people of Nakuru, and the environment must be kept for clean for all of us. I support today whatever we are saying against the plastic pollution in this country. Thank you very much. My name is Beatrice Kenei, County MP, Kericho. And I want to welcome you to that side of Kericho. PS, you have talked so much of Nakuru. And CS is here. I appreciate chairman wetu ni kutoka Nakuru. Lakini Nakuru na Kericho si ni moja. Tukiendelea. So make sure next time you come to Kericho. As we plant coffee, as we plant tea, as we plant bananas, we are also contributing to environmental management. Thank you so much and God bless you. Gongo misinge. Asante.
Asante sana. Ebu wapatie makofi waheshimiwa hawa wa komiti. Tuwe na mpango, kwa sababu watu wa Nakuru wana mpango. Tunasikia mlikipanga tangu zamani. Mpango ya makofi. Moja. Bana vinya makofi bwana. Moja. Very good. Pili. Asante sana. Mheshimiwa Waziri, we are here as members of the National Assembly, the Committee of Environment and Forestry, to support and also to educate our people on the importance of plastic pollution. The way we have said, that is the way to go. We are here to support you. We are here as members, and we are willing in the National Assembly to do legislations that will support and eradicate any pollution as a result of this that will destroy our environment. We want to urge each and every Kenyan that let us support each other. Let us move together. This is our country. Environment, climate change is real. It's affecting all of us. We don't have food because of these changes of pollution. We want to urge each and every person, be it a young person, an old person, energetic man, energetic lady, can we move together in restoring our environment. I want to thank our president because he is the champion. You did say it very well, and he has committed this nation that we need to plant 15 billion trees in the next 10 years. This is a unique agenda in Africa. The other day I was in Geneva, and I was so proud because it is in Africa, a country known as Kenya, that we are planting 15 billion trees. That is a big agenda in this world. We need to, all of us as Kenyans, move together, plant trees, and make sure that we protect that tree until it is mature, and we make use of it. Please, tusaidiane. Watu wetu, watu wa Nakuru. Tumekuja hapa tukiwa wajumbe wenu kuwaeleza kwamba tupande miti. Rais wetu amesema tupande miti bilioni 15 kwa miaka 10. Kila mmoja wetu tujitoe tupande miti. Naomba sana kila department, msione kama ni ya forest, hapana. Ni ya kila Mkenya, ni ya kila wizara, ni ya kila kikundi. Tusaidiane. Kanisa chukue mshukani. Kila mmoja achukue mshukani, tupande miti. Tukipanda miti tutapata pia kula. Tukipanda miti tutapata hewa. Tukipanda miti tutapata hata mimea. Tukipanda miti tutapata hata dawa. Tukipanda miti mambo yetu itakuwa vizuri, kwa sababu tutapata mvua. Saa hii nchi ya Kenya kwa miaka mitatu hatujakuwa na vyakula. Kwa sababu ya nini? Ukosefu wa mvua. Kwa sababu gani? Dunia yote imeharibika, climate change. Nini imeharibu? Pollution. Nini imeharibu? Kukata miti. Ndivyo tunasema tukiongozwa na rais wetu mpendwa kwamba tupande miti hizo zote kwa miaka 10. Na ninajua nilikuwa napanga nikaangalia tukipanda miti sasa na hii mambo hewa hii ikae vizuri, mvua ipende Kenya. Hata tuongee siasa kiasi gani saa hii. Bila hii kushiba, tabu. Tumbo kwanza. Lakini akili mbele. Bwana ongozwa na tumbo tena. Na akili hapa tumepewa tupande nini? Tupande nini? Tupande miti. Panda miti. Waziri, kuna ile jawabu na tunangoja bungeni kwamba kama raia tukuje na ile sheria ambayo tutafali miti ya kila shamba, ili yule mkulima anapanda miti na anaye miti yake ifanywe evaluation na apewe cheti kama title ambaye anaweza tumia kwamba nina miti 200 kwa shamba yake na inakarimu maybe shilingi 1300. Anaweza enda benki na apewe pesa kwa ajili ya hiyo miti ambaye yeye anayo kwa shamba yake. Maana watu wanaanza kufanya mambo ya mahindi, maharagwe, kofi, majani, nini, hiyo mambo mengine, lakini hawaoni faida ya miti kwa sababu hawapati pesa. Wacha tutaangalia hiyo, najua waziri anaangalia hiyo, lete bunge, tupitishe mara moja, wakulima wa kupanda miti wapate cheti ambaye anaweza kuchiombea pesa nayo na maisha isonge mbele. Wakenya wamechoka sana. Wakenya tunaumia, ni njaa tupu. Mimi sehemu natoka Baringo Kusini, kuna mambo ya bandits. Na ukienda kuangalia ni mambo ya nyasi, mambo ya maji na
na CEO wake Ken, all the government officials present. Nimeona pia rafiki yangu mheshimiwa MCA Rose Kimtai, who is the chair of the Environment Committee at the Nakuru County Assembly. Nimeona a few of my MCAs kutoka Nakuru County Assembly, karibuni pia. All the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. God is good and all the time. Wow, si ndio hiyo? Kwanza niseme kidogo hii ya environment alafu tuongee kidogo. Si ndio hiyo? So I'm delighted to join you today as we congregate here in Lake Nakuru National Park to mark this year's World Environment Day. We are gathered here at the scenic resource which embodies nature, giving us a panoramic view of an interplay of man and nature. I remember Leo Tolstoy, a great writer who loved nature, and said that one of the first conditions of happiness is that the link between man and nature shall not be broken. Here, as human beings of a time, sought to break that link. Indeed, we have, and the very reason we are commemorating this day is to celebrate nature's beauty and pledge more to protect it for the generation and the generations to come. We chose to stage this day here at the Lake Nakuru National Park because apart from being one of the largest in Kenya, it was the first to be designated as a Ramsar site in the country due to its exceptional biodiversity. Indeed, as you drive or as you walk in, and even from where you are sitting, you can see a variety of animals, I hope. You can see plants and other organisms that make up the natural world. Together, they work in ecosystems like an intricate web to maintain balance and support life. Over the past few years, the water level in the lake has been rising due to high siltation and pollution due to solid wastes and effluent from the city. In short, the balance of life at this park, just like many in the world, has been altered by human activities such as pollution, deforestation, and climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, the year's World Environment Day theme is Solutions to Plastic Pollution. Indeed, one of the most pressing environmental challenges we face today is plastic pollution. According to the UN, to UNEP 2023 of a study, over 400 million tons of plastics are produced worldwide each year, with half being single-used and less than 10% being recycled. So only 10% are being recycled. Furthermore, approximately 19 to 23 million tons of plastic are in our rivers, lakes, and oceans annually. Nakuru City generates about 700 tons of solid waste annually, of which 20% is plastic. And most are not lucrative for recycling and upcycling, thus ending up as a menace. Moreover, single-use plastics clog our stormwater drains, causing flooding in case of heavy downpours, degrading our environment, choking our wildlife, and resulting in human health issues. In 2017, the government, in collaboration with stakeholders, banned single-use plastics in a move that has been lauded globally. However, loopholes persist and must be addressed to ensure the effective enforcement of the law against plastics. Allow me to report that Nakuru County has become a national champion and barometer on integrated waste management. We have provided an enabling environment by putting legal frameworks such as the County Waste Management Policy and the Nakuru County Waste Management Act 2021. We have also complied with all 10 minimum points stipulated in the National Waste Management Strategy 2015. In addition, the national government has launched a 15 billion national tree planting campaign in conjunction. Okay, a bit. In conjunction with other sustainable initiatives in agriculture. It's too hot out there. I can't. I just can't. I'm already feeling hot. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. Unless you want me to finish. I can't. Just bring my mic. I'm sorry. Poleni. It's a bit. Basi toeni hii. Is that better for you?
Yeah.
Oh, hapo ndani ni better. Waziri wangu utaka hapa?
Yes.
Okay. Nilisema sipangwingwi lakini naona nimepangwa nikapangika. Okay, very good. Thank you. Poleni. I'm about to finish. In addition, the government has launched a 15 billion national tree growing campaign in conjunction with other sustainable initiatives in agriculture, infrastructure, energy, and other sectors to enhance ecological functioning, mitigate climate change, and promote food security. Achieving this noble cause requires a multi-sectoral approach, which the county has embraced. And since its launch, we have grown more than 500,000 assorted tree seedlings. Umesikia PS? In different areas of the county. Our drive, commitment, and sustainability to this noble initiative are guaranteed. By 2030, Nakuru County intends to increase its tree cover to 75,000 hectares. However, my good county government colleagues, the CS has pointed out that in 10 years, which is what, 2032, Nakuru County, the goal is to have covered 200,000 hectares. That is about 500,000 acres, which translates into about 250 million seedlings. That is 25 million seedlings per year. So I hope my departments, you're catching that, so that we make sure we deliver. So we must deliver that in the next 10 years. That's the goal. Unlike any other county, Nakuru County is vulnerable to environmental degradation effects. A few months ago, we experienced severe drought in all sub-counties, and we are now grappling with severe flooding and erosions, particularly in Nakuru City, Eburu area, and Kiamunyi. It is important to note that Nakuru County has completed a rigorous exercise on participatory climate risk assessment in all our 55 wards. We have developed a Nakuru County Climate Change Action Plan and submitted as the minimum qualifications of the investment grant from the Financing Locally Led Climate Actions Program, the FLOCA, to enable us to implement priorities identified as hazards at the ward levels. These priorities are co-financed by Nakuru County and FLOCA. We have already enacted the Nakuru County Climate Change Act of 2021, Nakuru Climate Change Policy, Sustainable Energy and Climate Action Plan, Nakuru County Energy Plan, and Nakuru County Integrated Solid Waste Management Feasibility Study or Plan. So as you can see, Waziri, we are really championing this, and we shall work together with you to make Nakuru and indeed the whole county do better. In our quest to maintain Nakuru County as one of the cleanest counties, we have embarked on greening and beautification programs in the urban areas, tree growing in line with the 15 billion national tree growing goal, and cleanup activities. Furthermore, we have adopted clean energy technologies such as solar energy, enhanced non-motorized transport, promoted energy use efficiencies to reduce GHG emissions, installed air quality monitoring sensors, and rehabilitated Kyoto dump site through greening, site fencing, waste compaction, waste segregation, waste recovery, organic and inorganic, and making environmentally friendly products such as roofing tiles, eco tiles, green corn fertilizer, and fire briquettes from waste. It is significant to mention that Nakuru County is a signatory to the Global Alliance on Climate Change and Energy, and through her commitment, it has been honored with 3 awards by the Covenant of Mayors in Sub-Saharan Africa, COMSA, for its sustainable energy and climate change initiatives. To assist Nakuru County Waziri in our commitment to preserve and protect the environment, we are seeking support from you at the national level in the gazettement of environment inspectors by NEMA. I'm happy the NEMA DG is here. Solid waste management, in solid waste management, the establishment of the material recovery facility. Waziri and PS, we have talked quite a bit about this facility. That would really help in our solid waste management as a county. And for me, as a person and as governor, that is one of the big things that I really hope to get done in this term, is get the solid waste management going. Also support on the FLOCA program, the Participatory Climate Risk Assessment, PCRA for Nakuru County. And in collaboration with the water sector, the Lake Nakuru Biodiversity Program under KFW, and this will support the solid waste management strategy for Nakuru County. So as I conclude, I would like to express my gratitude to NEMA, the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, KWS, KFS, Kenya Meteorological Department, the NYS, Kenya Prison, Kenya Defense Forces, Nakuru Business Association, NASWAMA, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, and among others, for making this event successful. A lot of those others have also been working hand in hand with the county government in planting trees and putting up these seedlings all over the place. Special appreciation to World Vision, KFW, GIZ, WWF, and others who have worked with us to promote environmental conservation, climate change mitigation, and resilience. I urge more partners to join hands with us. And in conclusion, someone said, for most of history, man has had to fight nature to survive. In this century, he is beginning to realize, or rather man is beginning to realize, that to survive, he must protect nature. Therefore, I pledge to collaborate in the fight against climate change and environmental pollution to ensure a clean and healthier environment for ourselves and our future generations. Asante. Nikikaa chini pia niseme, asante pia. I really truly want to especially thank my good friend Mheshimiwa Arama. Na by the way niseme, nilijaribu kutoa Arama. Unajua sio siri. Na nyinyi watu wa West, kuna watu wa West hapa. Mkanidanganya nikawapeleka huko showground, nikawapanga na nikawaambia tutoe Arama aende home. Koza alikataa kuingia UDA. Lakini God is good. Si sasa tuko pamoja. So in fact, asante pia for your wisdom. He is a great ally, akona vision iko juu sana, na tumeambiana tunatembea hii safari pamoja. So we shall be coming together to make sure that Nakuru Town West, together working in collaboration, really everything that needs to be done is done. So nataka mjue kutoka leo, Arama ako ndani kwa serikali ya round hii. Kwa serikali ya nani? Ya William Ruto. Pia tuna mrembo rafiki yangu Irene Joki. Pia Irene nilimuomba usiku na mchana, tafadhali Irene ingia UDA. Akaniambia nyinyi kuna mtu mtaibia kura. Wacha nikae nje, nikimshinda huko kwa main general election, nitangangana na yeye, tutakuja tufanye kazi. The beauty is I am a true believer of democracy. And that is why you see me fight so hard. Maneno hiyo ya handshake. Huwa nasema, we cannot be waking you up every morning, mwende mpige laini, mpige kura, and then once people have been defeated, muanze kutuambia tukuje pamoja tufanye kazi pamoja as a handshake. Wale wameshinda, mbona hamuniambii niite Lee akuja tutengeneze hii serikali pamoja? Na mbona mnaambia Ruto hivyo kama mimi hamuniambii? So mwenye ameshinda leads for that term, si ndio hiyo? Na mwenye hakushinda agoje next time, si ndio? Si hata hawa Arama walienda njia ingine, lakini bado walituangusha huko kwao na wakaingia. But once they are in, I respect the decision of the voters of Nakuru Town West and Bahati in picking their members of parliament. And because of that, now we work together. Sasa nataka pia tuwapigia makofi because wamesema they are supporting the vision of our president in parliament. Na kwa hivyo waheshimiwa, together with ours, hawa wa Kenya Kwanza, I'm not even addressing them because hao tuko on the same page. Lakini nyinyi wawili yenyewe na waheshimu. Because kama mlituangusha na wave ilikuwa kubwa hivyo in your constituencies, there is something they know. Si ndio hiyo? So tafadhali, I thank you very much also for saying that you will be supporting the finance bill. Mnajua wananchi wangu wa Nakuru, niwaambie tu why I also support that. Ukweli economy ni mbaya, si ndio hivyo? Hakuna pesa, cha ukweli. Lakini pia mimi nasimama hapa nasema nataka mabarabara za lami. Nataka pesa niweze kufeed watoto wangu kwa shule vile niliwaambia. Nataka kujenga ECDs. Nataka hospitali zangu ziwe na madawa. Nataka kujenga mahospitali. Nataka kufanya hii kazi yote. Where will this money come from? Na pesa yangu pia hutoka national government. Pesa itatoka wapi? Hakuna, si ndio hiyo? Na mimi pia staki ya wa president aendelee kuomba huko internationally pesa. Because we keep getting in debt and in debt and in debt, and it is our children who will end up having to pay for this debt. We do not want our ports to be auctioned. We do not want our country to be auctioned. So we must do what we have to do so that we can pull ourselves up and be able to run our economy independently. Pia kwa manyumba, my friends. Mimi, I am one of the greatest advocates ya low cost or affordable housing. Mnajua kwa nini? Tuseme kama mimi as a governor, ama kama Arama. Arama ako na mshahara ya, nikiseme sana wasikuje waitishe. Wanajua, si wanajua, ni wajuaji, wanaingia social media. Wako, tuko na kama ngapi, karibu 1 million. My friends, we have a salary of almost 1 million shillings. 3% anaambiwa ili yasaidia kujengea wale wenye hawaishi vizuri sana. 3% and it is capped. Hauwezi pitisha kulipa hata kama unatengeneza pesa ngapi, 2,500. So kwa Arama 2,500 ama kwangu, how much is that? Siyo ni kidogo sana. Si ni kidogo. So that na sisi, mimi my vision as a governor, I would want to kuona manyumba hapa county ya Nakuru, the low cost or the affordable housing. So that watu wangu badala ya kuishi mahali hakuna choo, badala ya kuishi mahali hakuna maji kwa nyumba, badala ya kuishi mahali hakuna stima, ni waweke kwa skyscraper ama zinaitwa aje? Si ndio hizo? Muwe na maji, unaguza tu ile wall, unawasha stima hapo. Ogatho watu rodhigo thitimegakana. Nemwanyita? Na choo yako hapo. Watoto wako pia, let them live in a life of dignity. Na if I will have to pay for you to have it, Ruto ni sign number 1. Nisainiwe pale number 1 nikifuatwa na Arama. Si ndio hiyo? Because sisi wenye tuko kwa mshahara, I think every now and then, I think it is important. Like one president of the US said, it is not always asking about what can my country do for me. It is time for me pia to ask, what can I do for my country? Sawa sawa. Asante. God bless you. Tuko pamoja na tunaendelea kufanya job. Thank you, Nakuru. Na sasa, it is my singular pleasure. Nataka tusimame kidogo. Hata mumekaa sana. Mumekaa sana. Na mwenye nataka kuinvite sasa, nilikuwa kwao Kejana in Narok. Unajua tuko marafiki and we support each other. The CS wa environment. She has been in parliament, kwa hivyo anaelewa hii maneno. Sasa, na ni wakili, na kona maono iko mbele sana. She's very sharp, but above all, she's a good friend of mine. So najua Nakuru tutapewa kathurupas kidogo, si ndio hiyo? Lakini watu wa Baringo wasisikie, na Kericho, na West Pokot. Lakini, tafadhali help me welcome our CS, Mheshimiwa Soipan Tuya, the CS for Environment. Karibu, my sister. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let us all be seated. To Katie. Asante sana. Watu wa Nakuru, Bwana asifiwe. Bwana asifiwe watu wa Nakuru. Gavana, unajua mimi nimeishi Nakuru hapo mbeleni. So ninajisikia niko nyumbani zaidi ya kuwa kwa rafiki yangu Governor Susan. Nitasoma speech kidogo ya World Environment Day. Alafu pia niseme maneno kidogo kuhusiana na kazi ya ministry. The Governor of Nakuru County, Your Excellency Susan Kihika, Honorable Members of Parliament present here, led by the Honorable Samuel Arama, who is an area MP. Same to my sister Irene Joki, who is also an area MP within this county. Tuko pia na Vice Chair of the Environment Committee of the National Assembly, Honorable Kamuren, pamoja na members, Honorable County Member for Kericho County, na Mheshimiwa Lote kutoka West Pokot County, Principal Secretary, State Department for Environment, Engineer Ngeno, Principal Secretary for Forestry, Gitonga Mugambi, County Commissioner for Nakuru County, Chairman, Board of NEMA, all board chairpersons present, the NEMA Director General, members of boards of management and sagas in the ministry. We have our sister, June Ruto, ambaye she's the CEO of SMAC, representatives of the United Nations agencies, led by David Ombisi, government and private sector representatives, heads of departments present, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for making time to be present at this venue for the national celebration of the World Environment Day 2023. I would like to let you know that there are also another 46 county commemorations happening across the country, presided over by various governors and supported by county commissioners, NEMA county directors of environment, and county environment committees. This is in the spirit of an all-government, all-community approach to our conservation of our environment. The World Environment Day is commemorated on 5th of June each year, following a resolution of the UN General Assembly during the first ever World Conference in the Environment held in Stockholm in 1972. The Stockholm Conference was the first to make the environment a major issue in the global discourse. A series of principles for sound management of the environment, including the Stockholm Declaration, an action plan for the human environment, and several resolutions were adopted in this 1972 conference. And one of the major resolutions of the Stockholm Conference, as you will be aware, was the creation of the United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, that as a country we are proud to host in Nairobi. That is why, as Kenya, we cannot treat the issue of human and environment lightly. We host the global capital of the environment, and we must set the pace for the entire globe on issues of environment conservation, management, and protection. So, whereas as part of the World Environment Day's commemoration, we aim to do a number of things, including taking stock of the country's road to tackling plastic pollution, showcasing available solutions to plastic pollution, creating a platform for public education and awareness on the ban on plastics, creating awareness on the need to reduce all forms of environmental pollution, elevating as a priority the environmental agenda in the country, and creation of positive impact and behavior change among our citizenry, creation of a platform for stakeholders to participate in environmental conservation guided by this year's theme, raising awareness on environmental issues and protection of Mother Nature, we must go steps higher to generate knowledge, try the knowledge we have generated by adopting the requisite behavior change to protect and conserve Mother Nature as we give true meaning to why Kenya was chosen to be the global environment capital. The theme for this year's Environment Day, as has been said, is solutions to plastic pollution. The country of Cote d'Ivoire will partner with the Netherlands to host the global celebrations in Abidjan. The entire world is focusing on plastics, their usefulness, and the damage they continue to wreak on the planet and its resources. Plastic is a life-changing resource, but the same qualities that make it useful, coupled with poor waste management common all over the world, have created a global waste challenge. The theme for this year, therefore, brings to the attention of the world the pertinent question of how people interact with plastics, how they are produced, consumed, and eventually disposed. The global community is today jointly and collectively seeking answers to the question of how much plastics are necessary, especially for non-recyclable plastics. More than 400 million tons of plastic are produced every year worldwide, half of which are designed for single use. Out of this, only an estimated 10% is recycled. An estimated 19 to 23 million tons find their way to water bodies like rivers, lakes, and oceans. And that is why in certain water bodies, we have more plastics than we have fish. And that is a worrying trend. Tiny plastic particles, up to 5 millimeters in diameter, known as microplastics, find their way into food, water, and air. According to a UNEP report on drowning plastics and marine litter, it is estimated that each person on the planet consumes more than 50,000 plastic particles per year. And the health consequences are clearly known to all of us. Inhalation of discarded or burned single-use plastic is documented to be harmful to human health and biodiversity. Plastics pollute every ecosystem, from mountaintops to the ocean floor. This is the hard, cold reality of the plastic pollution challenge, and it is the reason, as Kenya, we must lead in finding solution to plastic pollution. Like Kenya, the host of this year's World Environment Day, which is Cote d'Ivoire, banned the use of plastic bags since 2014, supporting a shift to reusable packaging. The country's largest city, Abidjan, has also become a hub for startups looking to beat plastic pollution, and this is in recycling of plastics. As a country, having banned single-use plastics, we relapsed immediately thereafter. We did not sustain our enforcement. Single-use plastics are finding their way back to our markets, and we see that every day. We must improve our act. NEMA and the county environment committees across the country are today put on notice from this World Environment Day moving forward. We must have targeted, sustained enforcement on single-use plastics to rid our country of single-use plastics, even as we work on the plastic regulations. It is really a smack in the face that after many years of banning the single-use plastics, and Kenya as a global leader on environmental conservation, we still have single-use plastic, which are illegal, roaming around or being used around in our markets. Kenya is happy to associate itself with the Netherlands and Cote d'Ivoire as members of the High Ambition Coalition for a strong and ambitious international legally binding instrument on plastic pollution, including the marine environment, following a resolution that was adopted in 2022 at the UNEA. The instrument is to be based on a comprehensive approach that addresses the full cycle of plastic. It is only when this loop is completed through adoption and enforcement of this instrument, among others, that we can say that we have sustained solutions to the global plastic menace. On our part as a country, whilst the globe works on these instruments, we have already developed a national solid waste management strategy which guides the management of solid waste in the country. This inclusive strategy aims at addressing the county governments under whose mandate waste management falls to take lasting solutions for waste management in their counties. This strategy is in line with the country's blueprint, Vision 2030, which requires that counties put in place efficient and sustainable waste management systems as the country develops into a new industrialized state by that time. Other efforts taken in the country include the development of the Sustainable Waste Management Policy, the National Marine Litter Management Action Plan, and the Sustainable Waste Management Act of 2022. This policy and legislations have the objective of promoting sustainable waste management and reducing materials being deposited in our dump sites. In fact, I should not call them in our dump sites. I just say in dump sites because we should not have them. Their overall goal is to improve the health of all Kenyans by ensuring a clean and healthy environment through the reduction of air, land, fresh water, and marine pollution. Promote and ensure the effective delivery of waste services, create an enabling environment for employment in the green economy, recycling and recovery, establish an environmentally sound infrastructure and system for sustainable waste management, promote circular economy, practices of green growth, and mainstream resource efficiency principles in sustainable consumption and production practices. If we live true to the spirit and letter of these policies and legislations, we will help the country towards environmental conservation, climate change, and natural resource protection, which indeed were the aspirations of the 1972 Stockholm Conference that set the stage for the World Environment Day. The Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry is working on a circular economy strategy. We are at the final stages to gazette the extended producer responsibility regulations, and I'm happy to say that we are working closely with our members of parliament, led by our committee, who are members who are here today, to make sure that each manufacturer, importer of products must have an end of the project in mind to make sure we reuse, recycle, and reduce waste in our country. These regulations, as well as color codes for segregation of different waste fractions, are in the pipeline. We call on all citizens to collaborate and ensure that waste segregation is mainstreamed across the waste management value chain. And Honorable Governor, I just want to congratulate and encourage the young people we have seen here today, showcasing very different forms of recycling and attempts to actualize the spirit of the law to make sure we segregate our waste and turn it into very different things. We know that waste can be turned into wealth, and it has been demonstrated by the many players who are sitting here today. Look at the waste tires that have been turned into wealth. And Honorable Governor, I will go with one of these chairs. Please go with the other one. And we call on all citizens to hold hands with us to mainstream this value chain. We urge all members of the public to implement the provisions of sustainable waste management by ensuring segregation of waste at source to facilitate recovery of clean material for high-quality recycling. We also call upon the private sector to adopt a circular economy production approach. We must close the loop on linear economic production if we are to deal with waste, as well as providing solutions to plastic pollution. It is my belief, as a Cabinet Secretary, that this World Environment Day has presented us a great opportunity as a country to introspect, consolidate, and improve on gains made by the ban on plastics in Kenya. And this being my first World Environment Day since my nomination or appointment as Cabinet Secretary, I must assure Kenyans that this is one of my main priorities, to make sure that we turn Kenya from a linear economy to a circular economy for the job creation that it portends for our young people. And it is instructive for everybody to know that waste has a lot of opportunities. You can turn waste to energy, you turn waste to food. We just saw some paper being dissolved in water, and you can actually turn it into some food or some juice with a nutritional value. We can also turn our waste into wealth, as I have said. We have so many of our young people around dam sites. I'm sure, Governor, that is a common sight all over, even here in Nakuru. Those young people around those dam sites, we want to turn them into cooperatives. They help us sort the waste, we connect them to recyclers, and they make their money clearly, and we will put regulations in place to make sure that there is transparency, so that, again, green jobs are created from the very waste that is choking our country. We started this year's commemoration with build-up activities where we are today, and this included a Green Expo and a national dialogue at the Kenyatta International Conference Center under the theme, Beat Plastic Pollution, Transitioning to Circular Economy for Stability. We then conducted a national debate with teacher training colleges with the motion. The question for the motion was, is it better to ban all the plastic material to solve the problem of plastic pollution? These build-up activities, especially the teacher training colleges event, was targeted as they are entry points when it comes to behavior change. The trainees are expected to be trainers after they are through with their college and engagement with the children at their formative stages of life. I'm also happy to announce that one of the things we are working on as a ministry is collaboration with the Ministry of Education, starting from basic education department, the basic education department, to ensure that our schools are at the center of our greening the country. We need to inculcate the values of environmental conservation in our children within the CBC program. And beyond greening the country, we must start training our children from that early age to take responsibility for the waste we create and generate every day as a country, and turn it into a useful step in terms of livelihood support and energy and those possibilities that we have. That collaborative framework or legal framework is coming, and we are going to have waste management training for our learners from a very early age, and for sure they will put it into practice. And for us, the older people, we must change our mindset. Segregation of waste at source is a possibility. I know of certain estates in Nairobi, I'm sure even in Nakuru, that are already trying to segregate the waste, and we are going to hold hands together with the county governments to make sure this is a reality. Once we segregate our waste, Madam Governor, we have organic waste. 60% of waste in Kenya is organic, and we are struggling with food security in this country. If we turn our organic waste into manure and fertilizer, we will have gone a long way into dealing with the issue of food insecurity in our country. So there is a lot of possibilities of turning waste into opportunities. It is steps such as this in creating awareness, imparting knowledge, trying and adopting behavior change that will provide solutions to plastic pollution. I am comforted as we conclude the commemoration of this day, that Kenya is going to take its rightful place in the global arena as one of the countries that will have taken and effected bold solutions to plastic pollution. And I'm sure that with the collaboration frameworks that we agreed on in Naivasha, Madam Governor, with the governors, that we are really going to achieve this. Nawashukuru sana watu wa Nakuru kwa kunisikiza. Na wacha niseme ninawashukuru pia kwa kuweza kuchagua huyu dada yangu Susan. Na ninawaomba mumshikilie mkono. Ni governor wa kufanya kazi. Mimi nilikuja hapa kufanyia yeye campaign na ninawaomba mumshikilie mkono. Unajua msipo support viongozi wenu, ile potential wako nayo, you will not be able to see. Si ndio? Na tusiwe tunachagua viongozi alafu tunawaachanisha. Hata wabunge wenu mliwachagua kwa sababu walikuwa na vision. Mheshimiwa Rama hapa mimi namjua, hata mheshimiwa nikikuona umekuja Kenya Kwanza ninaona ni maajabu. Na ninajua ni mchapakazi. Mimi nilikuwa mbunge kwa miaka 10. So tumekuwa na yeye bungeni. Na ninajua potential yake. So Mheshimiwa Governor, you have a good ally. And indeed even the government has a good ally in Honorable Arama. Na dada yangu Irene nilisikia amevuma sana, hata wakati wa kwanza kumuona ilikuwa jana ama juzi. Sikuwa namjua lakini jina yake nimeielewa. Na nakupongeza Mheshimiwa Irene kwa ile kazi ya greening program ambaye unafanya. Tunahitaji kurehabilitate. Tulikuwa hapa tukiongea maneno ya pombe. Pamoja tukiongozwa na Deputy President. Na ile wazo ambayo umepata Mheshimiwa Njoki is a very very visionary idea. Vijana wetu ambao wanapotelea mambo ya mihadarati, as part of the rehabilitation, let's bring them on board, keep them busy. Kwa sababu shida, tunapeleka vijana wetu rehabilitation, wanatoka hawana kazi ya kufanya, and they relapse back into the unhealthy habits of drinking and drugs. So tukiwahusisha, we keep their hands busy planting trees. Hata juzi tuliongea na Chief Justice. Tukasema wale wahalifu who are being sentenced, given non-custodial sentencing, we keep them busy with tree planting. That gives us free labor as well as rehabilitating our young people to come back to support government projects. Mheshimiwa, nimefurahia hiyo kazi yako na nitakuhakikishia tutashikania pamoja tuweze kuadvance. We are coming up with what we are calling Green Army. Kwa sababu tunapanda miti, tumekuwa na tabia kama Kenya. Unapanda mti, unaenda zako. Whom do we expect to take care of the tree? Unapanda mti unaenda nyumbani kama unapanda in a public place. Ukipanda nyumbani hata kwako bila ya kuitunza, utakuwa umefanya kazi ya bure. So in order for us to do some real work of greening our country, we are coming up with employment of young people ambao tunawaita Green Army. Na tutashikana Mheshimiwa Governor na wabunge tuweze kuwalete vijana hiyo Green Army, na sana sana wale ambao wanakuwa rehabilitated, we keep them busy greening our country. Na nilisema jana na bado ninasema, mambo ya upanzi wa miti is not a pastime anymore. Climate change is a life and death. Na watu wa Nakuru hakuna mtu ataweza kuambia hiyo kwa with a lot of force. This lake of yours here, if we don't do something, KFS hata ile nini mumejenga pale bado mtasongesha. If we don't do something, because the lake will still rise. Lakini tukipanda miti na wale wahalifu wanakata miti, sisi tunasema tupande, kuna wengine wanaingia kwa misitu kukata. We shall be intolerant. Na county commissioner na timu yako, you know the targets we have set for you, the ngao. Hatuwezi kuwa tunasema tupande 15 billion na kuna wengine wako busy kukata ile tuko nayo. Is it possible kuangaisha ile uko nayo ndio uende utafute ingine mpya? Si ni kutunza ile tuko nayo kwanza? So tushikane pamoja tuweze kupeleka mambo ya uhifadhi wa mazingira yetu mbele. Without which tutaangamia kwa sababu ya ukame. Hii maji itakuja imeze Nakuru town yote if we don't do something, and it's a reality. So tushikane mikono na kila mmoja wetu ako na jukumu. Mambo ya nafikiri walisema ni Kenya Forest Service na KWS. Maji imepanda, imeenda kwa mashamba ya wananchi, samaki ikafuata maji, alafu sasa wananchi wanaangamizwa ama wanaangaishwa wakivua ile samaki. Which logic is that? Maji yenyewe imeenda kwa mashamba ya watu, samaki imefuata, alafu we arrest citizens wakienda kufish. Does it make sense really? It doesn't make sense. So ninajua that is not in my docket, lakini tumeongea na KWS leadership hapa, na ni kuwaomba KWS na Kenya Forest Service, lazima muwe na uhusiano mwema na wananchi. Usipokuwa na uhusiano mwema na wananchi kama mashirika ya serikali, we will not even be able to plant our trees. We will not be able to sustain our forests. So ni lazima tuwe na uhusiano mwema. Mheshimiwa Governor na Arama, we will take that very seriously, because it is not the fault of the citizens that the water levels went up na samaki ikaenda kwa doorsteps zao. So we need to establish the truth of the matter ili kila mtu aweze kufaidika. Nikienda kumalizia, Mheshimiwa Governor, I know the establishment of the material recovery facility is pending in Gilgil. We are going to expedite that, because that is what is going to enable our young people do the kind of wonderful innovations they are doing here on recycling. The other thing about environmental inspectors who are supposed to do the devolved environment functions, we have already brought on board 151, and soon we are bringing on board 200, Mheshimiwa Governor, the environmental inspectors. And I know that in our close collaboration, we will realize the material recovery facilities soon. I know we have met in the office, we have talked, but now let us take it to the next level. And also in terms of increasing the environmental inspectors in the county. Ninawashukuru sana watu wa Nakuru, na nikimalizia mwisho kabisa, najua nilikuwa mbunge mimi, lakini sasa sijui kama wenzangu hawafanyi uhamasishaji kwa wananchi, kuhamasisha wananchi. Mambo ya finance bill, nafikiri mheshimiwa waheshimiwa hapa, maybe hamjafanya kazi ya kuwahamasisha wananchi vizuri. Ya kwanza, mimi vile ninaielewa, 3% ya housing inalipwa na watu wako na payslip. Is that a fact or not? Si ni ukweli? Na pia ya kwamba ile pesa, it's not more than 2,500. Even if you are earning 2 million, the much you can pay is 2,500. So mimi ninaomba muweze kufanya uhamasishaji, because the beneficiaries ni hawa wananchi. Wengi wao hawana payslip na hawana nyumba, and they are going to be the beneficiaries. So ninaona hakuna mwananchi atapinga kitu kama hiyo. Wale wanapinga ni wenye payslip, kwa sababu hawa ndio wanafaa kulipia mambo ya housing. So hiyo ukweli ijulikane, na tuweze kusupport serikali kufanya affordable housing kwa wananchi. Bwana wabariki sana, na washukuru, na nitarudi tena. Mimi nitakuwa ninaenda ground. So kwa wale ambao wako kwa msitu, you just pack up and go, please. Mambo ya illegal activities, najua leo tunaongea mambo ya plastics, but mambo ya illegal activities kwa msitu, tumalize hiyo maneno. Ndio iwe the only thing we are doing ni kupanda miti, sio kupelekwa nyuma kuharibu misitu yetu. Asante sana. Thank you for your hospitality, my sister, and I wish you well. Na ninajua utatimiza ahadi zako kwa watu wa Nakuru, na utamaliza tamu yako ya miaka 10 kwa majaliwa ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Asante sana.
Thank you so much our cabinet secretary Honorable Soipan Tuya. Na waomba tukae chini kidogo, kuna just a small ceremony. CS, thank you for providing the leadership in the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry. Now on behalf of my colleague PS na CEOs, chairman of the various parastatals here, nataka kuhakikishia tuko nyuma yako na tutafanya vile unatu endesha. Asanteni sana. Thank you for your enlightening speech and for giving us a focus for this occasion. CS, as you mentioned rightly, there were quite a number of activities that were done in the preparation for this WED event. One of them was the national debate with the teachers' colleges. 7 of them participated the debates. And I want to really thank the organizing committee. CS, they pulled it. I was just following and putting them under pressure, but they delivered. Mamo, Mageria, and the entire team. And now we have 3 winners from various that are coming here, and I will give this one to be team ladies giving out the awards. I want to call Charlene Ruto, who is the founder of Smart Foundation, to award the 3rd best debate under the technical training colleges, Eregi Teachers College, and there is a certificate. There is a certificate to Eregi. Kindly